I want to start off with Hughes and Edwards, the sporting director and I guess the prodigal son who's come back to the club. And I want to just ask a question: that do you believe that there is money available to these guys to spend? And secondly, do you think that they have autonomy to make these decisions without it flowing through somebody at FSG?
Answer the first question, yes, absolutely. So if you go back to a year prior to the two of them, taking the helm when it came to recruitment, summer 2023, we ended the season, I think it was fifth place outside of the Champions League spots. Knew we were going into a year where we'd have no Champions League football, no Champions League revenue, and so finances would be a little bit tighter. In that summer, 2023, we had our biggest outlay on four midfielders, biggest spend for 5 years since summer 2018. And then, though there are conspiracy theories about it, I believe it was a genuine attempt at signing a fifth midfielder in Caicedo, and the offer we went in with was over £100 million. And this, as I hasten to add, is a point at which we knew we had no Champions League revenues coming in over the next 12 months. So we have had a successful season after that point. In 23-24, we managed to finish third, secure Champions League football again. The Deloitte figures that we'll talk about later reveal that actually it was a record-breaking year for revenue despite no Champions League football. And this year we will be probably breaking through the £700 million revenue mark, which all but a very small handful of clubs have achieved, and an even smaller handful have legitimately achieved. So, this is not to be sniffed at. So, will there be money to spend? Yes, there will be. In terms of decision making, look, this is something that we've got 14 coming up to 15 years of evidence and history to tell us that FSG don't just say to individuals at the club, right, go and sign whoever you want. It doesn't work that way. Yes, there will be some level of autonomy. It's not to say that the likes of Hughes and Edwards have to run everything past the owners or representatives of FSG. But certainly when it comes to big signings, will they have to get the rubber stamp from Boston? Almost certainly. Not necessarily from the top man himself, but at the least I would expect it to be, Mike Gordon. We saw it with a documentary for another club in Manchester City. The documentary that was produced looking at City and Guardiola when they were talking about potentially signing Van Dijk. And who was it? The chairman of the club, who's representing Maktoum, the owner, basically said no. The amount of money that Southampton are looking for, we won't go up to that much. That we feel that's in excess. So that was a representative of the ownership saying no. So in the same way, Liverpool Football Club won't be much or any different. With big decisions around significant outlays, there will be involvement. I mean, will they be going to the ownership if they've spotted a 16-year-old who's going to go out of contract at Coventry City and they want to sign him to the academy? Almost certainly not. But the bigger signings, those, yes, they will absolutely have to get permission.